Silence, all stand and remain standing until the conclusion of the reading of the proclamation. Ladies and gentlemen, the proclamation. All persons having any business before this honorable court now draw nigh, give your attendance, and you shall be heard.
Admission of lawyers. Abby Louise Adams.
May it please the court, I move that Abby Louise Adams be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Abby Louise Adams be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Victoria Rose Austin.
Sorry.
Claire Marie Ascoli.
May it please the court, I move that Claire Marie Ascoli be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Claire Marie Ascoli be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Victoria Rose Austin.
May it please the court, I move that Victoria Rose Austin be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Victoria Rose Austin be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lucy Marie Backhouse.
May it please the court, I move that Lucy Marie Backhouse be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Lucy Marie Backhouse be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
James Karstenen.
May it please the court, I move that James Karstensen be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That James Carstensen be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jasmine Puigar Chan.
May it please the court, I move that Jasmine Puigar Chan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Jasmine Puigar Chan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jane Chu.
May it please the court, I move that Jane Chu be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Jane Chu be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Edwina Lily Clune Purcell.
May it please the court, I move that Edwina Lily Clune Purcell be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
That Edwina Lily Clune Purcell be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Amanda Jane Concepcion Mullings.
May it please the court, I move that Amanda Jane Concepcion Mullings be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Amanda Jane Concepcion Mullings be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Marcus Jonathan Cora.
May it please the court, I move that Marcus Jonathan Cora be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Marcus Jonathan Cora be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Caitlin Jane Emmington.
May it please the court, I move that Caitlin Jane Emmington be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Caitlin Jane Emmington be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Riley Martin Fallon.
May it please the court, I move that Riley Martin Fallon be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Riley Martin Fallon be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Kate Louise Gallagher.
Sorry.
Jade Frances Ferguson.
May it please the court, I move that Jade Frances Ferguson be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Jade Frances Ferguson be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Kate Louise Gallagher.
May it please the court, I move that Kate Louise Gallagher be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Kate Louise Gallagher be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Michelle Lisa Marie Madeline Gatton.
May it please the court, I move that Michelle Lisa Marie Madeline Gatton be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Michelle Lisa Marie Madeline Gatton be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
James Justin Hilder.
May it please the court, I move that James Justin Hilder be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That James Justin Hilder be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ting Xuan Su.
May it please the court, I move that Ting Xuan Su be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Ting Xuan Su be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Vidya Kathagalingam.
May it please the court, I move that Vidya Kathagalingam be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Vidya Kathagalingam be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Daphne Singh Ting Lam.
May it please the court, I move that Daphne Singh Tim Lam
be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Daphne Sing Ting Lam be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Yo Lin Lee.
May it please the court, I move that Yolin Lee be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Yolin Lee be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Selena Lin.
May it please the court, I move that Selena Lin be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable
Let
court.
Selena Lin be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jeffrey Liu.
May it please the court, I move that my partner, Jeffrey Liu, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jeffrey Liu be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Hai Liu.
May it please the court, I move Heidi Liu be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Hai Yi Liu be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Veronica Morcos.
May it please the court, I move that Veronica Morcos be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Veronica Morcos be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Wee Kiat Ung.
May it please the court, I move that we Kiat and be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable
Let Wee Kiat Ng be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Nikki Nojumian.
May it please the court, I move that Nikki Najumian be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Nikki Najumian be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Megan Marie Pak Chung.
May it please the court, I move that my niece, Megan Marie Pakchung, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Megan Marie Pakchung be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Candice Bree Rose Parks Hupton.
May it please the court, I move that Candice Bree Rose Parks Hupton be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Candice Bree Rose Parks Hupton be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Thomas Mark Peaty.
May it please the court, I move that Thomas Mark Peaty be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Thomas Mark Peaty be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Grace Lockting Poon.
May it please the court, I move that Grace Lockting Poon be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Grace Lockting Poon be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Stephen George Perellis.
May it please the court, I move that Stephen George Perellis be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Stephen George Perellis be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Catherine Ray Robinson.
May it please the court, I move that Catherine Ray Robinson be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Catherine Ray Robinson be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Anna Carolina Sales Pinto.
May it please the court, I move that Anna Carolina Sales Pinto be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Anna Carolina Salas Pinto be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Mary Jean Serrano White.
May it please the court, I move that Mary Jean Serrano White be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Mary Jean Serrano White be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jujar Singh.
May it please the court, I move that Judicial be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jujia Singh be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Umrah Sayed.
May it please the court, I move that Umrah Sayed be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Umrah Sayed be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jacinta Talevsky.
May it please the court, I move that Jacinta Talevsky be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Let Jacinta Talevsky be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Stephen Tang.
May it please the court, I move that Stephen Tang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Stephen Tang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Zachariah Alex Vickers.
May it please the court, I move that Zachariah Alex Vickers be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Zachariah Alex Vickers be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Vanessa Mary Ward Brown.
May it please the court, I move that Vanessa Mary Ward Brown be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Vanessa Mary Ward Brown be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ashley Louise Waters.
May it please the court, I move that Ashley Louise Waters be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Ashley Louise Waters be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Tong Wu.
May it please the court, I move that my daughter Tong Wu be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Tong Wu be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jen Shen Wu.
May it please the court, I move that Zheng Chan Wu be admitted as a lawyer of this honorable court.
Let Zheng Chan Wu be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Kate Yasmin Young.
May it please the court, I move that Kate Yasmin Young be admitted as a lawyer of this honorable court.
Let Kate Yasmin Young be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Yvette Zaman.
May it please the court, I move that Yvette Zaman be admitted as a lawyer of this honorable court.
Let Yvette Zaman be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Na Zen.
May it please the court, I move that Na Zhang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Na Zhang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Tsung Lu Jia.
May it please the court, I move that Sung Lu Zhao be admitted as a lawyer of this honorable court.
Let Sung Lu Zhao be admitted as a lawyer of this court. It will now be necessary for those whose admission has just been moved to, when and as directed, stand for the purposes of swearing an oath or making an affirmation and declaration. So please stand when and as directed by the officiating officer.
Could the first two rows please just stand up, please? Abby Louise Adams, Claire Marie Escoli, Victoria Rose Austin, Lucy Marie Blackhouse, James Karstensen, Jasmine Pugar Chan, Jane Chu, Edwina Lily Clune Purcell, Amanda Jane Concepcion Mullings, Marcus Jonathan Cora, Caitlin Jane Emmington, Riley Martin Fallon, Jade Frances Ferguson, Kate Louise Gallagher, Michelle Lisa Marie Madeline Gatton, and James Justin Hilder. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer in the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and abilities? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
So help me God.
Please have a seat. Could the next two rows rise? Okay, thank you. Sing Shan Su, Vidya Kathargamalingam, Daphne Singh Tim Lam, Yo Lin Lee, Selena Lin, Jeffrey Liu, Hai Yi Liu, Veronica Morcos, Wee Kiat Ung, Nikki Najumian, Megan Marie Patchung, Candace Bree Rose Parks Hupton, Thomas Mark Peedy, Grace Locting Poon, Stephen George Perellis, Catherine Ray Robinson, Anna Carolina Sales Pinto, Mary Jean Serrano White. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
I do.
I do.
Please have a seat. Could the two rows here please rise? Jujar Singh, Umra Sayed, Jacinta Televsky, Stephen Tang, Zachariah Alex Vickers, Vanessa Mary Ward Brown, Ashley Louise Waters, Tong Wu, Zhenchen Wu, Kate Yasmin Young, Yvette Zaman, Na Zhen, Tsung Lu Zhao. Do you severely swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer in the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skills, and abilities? Will you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? You may be seated.
Well, may I warmly welcome you all to this, the Banco Court, the ceremonial court of the Supreme Court of New South Wales. Present with me on the bench today, to my right, is Justice Lonergan, a judge of the Common Law Division of the Court, and to my left, Justice Downgie, a judge also of the Common Law Division of the Court. Together, we constitute the court that has, in the exercise of its jurisdiction, admitted you, the new practitioners, to practice this afternoon. And we have done so in this Banco court, which rests on the land for which the Gadigal of the Eora Nation have cared and been custodians for thousands of years. The court pays its sincere respects to elders, past and present, and extends that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. Well, to all of the newly admitted lawyers, welcome to the legal profession. Today is one for celebration. We up here on the bench know and can remember how hard you've all had to work to reach this important milestone. I'm also pleased to welcome those with you today or watching on the live stream. For many of you, the support of your friends and families will have been invaluable in the journey to this point. For many of them, the endurance of your finely polished or emerging skills of argument and persuasion may be at an end, or maybe not. But whatever the case, I'm sure they are all immensely proud of each of you, and I encourage you to take the time to thank them. Depending on how good an advocate you are or have become, you might even convince them to shout you to a round of drinks or a long civilised dinner to celebrate the occasion. I hope so. Now, in being admitted as a lawyer of this court, you join an honourable and ancient profession, one which stretches back, or at least the tradition you have just followed of swearing an oath or an affirmation on admission to practice, being one which stretches back to the 12th century. This court first admitted lawyers in 1824, and next month, the court to which you have just been admitted will celebrate its 200th anniversary. It is, you might be surprised to learn, one of the oldest continuing courts in the world. That is something of which we, and I hope now you, are all immensely proud. In celebrating the court's bicentenary, we also celebrate 200 years of the rule of law in New South Wales under our system of law, about which I will say something more shortly. But I hope that either before or after this ceremony you're able to spend some time browsing our newly installed history wall, which outside the court, which tracks the history, the chronological history of the court, or the Supreme Court Gallery, which tries to capture some of the great variety and dynamism of this court's work over the last 200 years. You're being admitted at a historic time in this civic institution's history. So this ceremony is attended by unique but important formalities, including the fact that your admission has been moved by someone who is already a member of the legal profession, and that you have each made a formal oath or affirmation in the presence of your family and peers and before senior judges of the court. They and we are all therefore witnesses to the serious promises and undertakings you have made in swearing your oath or making your affirmation and declaration. The law touches every part of our society, and it can and will lead you all in many different directions and career paths, but in whatever direction you head, you must always remember that the oath or affirmation you have just made is a serious one, is a continuing one, and deserves solemn regard. Whether you work in private practice, at the bar, in a community legal centre, a Crown Law office, the Aboriginal Legal Service for legal aid, or a government department or agency, or indeed an entirely different field, you should, as lawyers of this court, be known always for your honesty, your integrity, and your commitment to justice, and you must strive at all times to uphold these cardinal virtues. Now, you'll see from some of the portraits of former Chief Justices of this court, which hang on the walls, that we are wearing the same robes, in some cases literally, as have been worn by our predecessors. You may be wondering why, after 200 years, we still wear these robes on ceremonial occasions. I can tell you that we do not wear them because they are particularly comfortable, which they are not, but we do so for an important symbolic reason. Symbolically, they serve to highlight continuity of the rule of law in New South Wales, although importantly, the judges wearing the robes are now drawn from an increasingly diverse pool. Almost 45% of all judicial officers in New South Wales are now female, for example. That is a radical change from the time we all commenced practice, which I like to think was not that long ago, but it has been an extremely salutary change. As to continuity of the rule of law, in a world in which there is so much global uncertainty, insecurity, and chaos, the rule of law is more important than ever, and is not simply an academic construct or a phrase of some mere theoretical import. At its simplest, the rule of law is the opposite of the arbitrary abuse of power and the rule of autocratic dictators and populists, marked by the corrosion of independent judiciaries and so forth. As we survey the globe, there is nothing theoretical about those threats and realities. In a speech delivered in 2018, Lord Hodge of the Supreme Court of the United Kingdom aptly described the rule of law, and I quote, as a bastion against those who would use chaos as a ladder, unquote. Now, notwithstanding the formality and tradition attending this ceremony, the life of the law is dynamic. Not everything in the legal profession remains unchanged or unchanging. The pandemic, for example, prompted a radical shift or an accelerated use of technology in our courtrooms, and the advent of generative AI brings with it both the possibility of opportunity and also serious challenges with which the legal profession and the courts are and will continue to grapple. But while the increased use of technology offers a number of advantages or apparent advantages, it has always been and remains my firm view that the practice of the law has human nature and human interaction at its core. An essential part of being a good lawyer is understanding people, how others react to different situations, perform under pressure, and deal with each other. An individual who is in need of your services as a lawyer will, in many cases, be an individual facing some kind of great personal challenge or crisis affecting his or her liberty, family, property, personal well-being, or health or financial position. There is therefore a need to deliver legal services not only competently, of course, but always with courtesy, integrity, and sensitivity to the circumstances of the matter. That requires a human being with emotional and not artificial intelligence. The need for human engagement by lawyers with those needing legal assistance is also a powerful reason why there should be strong representation of lawyers from the many different backgrounds which comprise our rich cosmopolitan community. And that very much includes Indigenous lawyers, of whom there are too few. Diverse representation amongst solicitors, advocates, and judges assists in ensuring that all people who become involved in our justice system can, and feel that they can, be properly heard and fairly engaged with by a system reflective of our broader community and by a judiciary educated in, knowledgeable about, and sympathetic to the many different cultural strands which underpin our society. The admissions ceremonies in which I have sat since becoming a judge some 5 or so years ago, including this ceremony, highlight that there is a far greater diversity of background amongst junior lawyers than when we all commenced practice. That's we up here on the bench. That is a very good thing, and the leaders of the profession and of the courts are working hard to foster inclusiveness and diversity. That in turn builds trust in and respect for not only the judiciary and the legal profession, but it reinforces respect for and understanding of the importance of the rule of law. So let me now, if I may, offer a little bit of professional and personal advice. Just what you want to hear on a Friday afternoon. As a lawyer, you will often need to make difficult ethical decisions. You must use the tools you have developed to think critically and not compromise on your fundamental duties to the court and the administration of justice. At various points of your career, you will make mistakes, some minor, some more serious. If we're being honest with ourselves, we all make mistakes from time to time, especially when embarking on something new. When you do make mistakes, your commitment to honesty, integrity, and the administration of justice means that you must take responsibility, correct what you can, and learn from those errors. One mistake which I always advise new lawyers not to make, or to seek to avoid not to make, is in giving your clients the advice you think that they want to hear. I can tell you now that will almost certainly not be good advice, and they will not welcome it in the long run when the true picture emerges. To be a good lawyer, you must be independent, you must be candid, and at times you must be courageous in discharging your responsibilities. Being a lawyer means that you are an advisor, a problem solver, sometimes a mediator, sometimes an advocate. As you go about your day-to-day work, remember, as I have said, that you are not merely dealing with the law in a vacuum, but the law as it applies to people's lives. That human engagement and extends to your interactions with your colleagues, including those with whom you negotiate or against whom you litigate. Aspects of the law, especially if you're involved in the litigation side of practice, can be confrontational, but the practice of the law is stressful and demanding enough without personal antagonism between practitioners adding to the load, as regrettably it sometimes does. So it's essential, and I would urge you to maintain at all times your detachment, balance, and good humour, remembering that you are now members of a profession which is quite different from a business or an industry. Another thing you should remember is that the best advocates can and do make their point simply and succinctly. Often, less is more. Some of the most experienced lawyers and judges could also use that reminder from time to time, and I don't wholly exclude myself from that admonition. But for a non-lawyer, the law is often incomprehensible, or at the very least difficult to understand. One of your roles as a lawyer will be to make the law accessible and comprehensible to others. So strive to be clear and concise at all times in both your written and oral advice. To do so actually facilitates access to justice, which of course is one of the ultimate goals. In the practice of the law, one thing we are far more cognizant of now than in the past is the importance of maintaining your physical and mental health. There may, and I dare say will be, times when you feel overwhelmed, burnt out, or distressed. Legal practice can be all-consuming and physically and mentally taxing. Now, that's often because well-motivated lawyers want to go the extra mile for their clients. They want to make sure they have given comprehensive advice. They want to make sure a brief is fully prepared, a case is properly prepared, that all aspects and angles of the issue have been explored, and that's all admirable. But it can, as I say, at times become all-consuming and physically and mentally taxing. So you must work hard to keep your balance and keep your eye out to ensure that your colleagues do as well. If you do get overwhelmed by it all, as frankly we all have from time to time, and I'm sure still do from time to time, try to take a step back and recapture some perspective. Also remember, or know, you should know, that the law is a highly collegiate profession. And in this context, I'm going to now call on two young representatives, one of the New South Wales Bar and one of the Law Society of New South Wales, to offer a few words of welcome and encouragement. Ms Adams, do you move?
May it please the court, my name is Georgia Adams and I have been practicing for 1 year at the bar, predominantly in commercial law. On behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession. The legal profession is an old profession based on precedent and the rule of law, while also being a profession that grows and develops to adapt to new practices and technology and, importantly, to society's values as they change over time. For several decades now, the composition of lawyers and barristers in New South Wales has changed to better reflect the community. The bar today is a welcoming place for people of all genders and backgrounds. It's an honour to be a lawyer, and in my case, a barrister, and I am proud to be a member of the legal profession. I enjoy the intellectual challenge of my job and that it allows me to give expert advice to and represent people in court, and also to contribute to society in a meaningful way. If you are interested in coming to the bar, you can contact the New South Wales Bar Association or have a look at its website each year. There is a Career at the Bar Open Day, of which I've been a volunteer. In your first year of practice as a reader, you receive particular assistance from 2 barristers of at least 7 years seniority. They meet with you weekly, review your work, and teach you practical skills. But the support that you will receive is not limited to these 2 barristers. The bar is renowned for its collegiality, especially in chambers. There are also opportunities to become involved in the work of the New South Wales Bar Association, which is the professional body that supports barristers and has a range of committees, including a new barristers committee, which organises social and educational functions for barristers who are 0 to 5 years out, just like me. It also has a diversity and equality committee, which promotes one of the key strategic goals of the New South Wales Bar Association, which is to attract the best people to become barristers, regardless of their race, religion, gender, parental status, or sexual preference. Whether as a lawyer or barrister, I encourage you to get involved in the Law Society or Bar Association and to use your skills to assist your community. It's a rewarding experience to practice in connection with others in your profession. Once again, on behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession, and I congratulate you on your admission today as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Mr Harlan, do you move?
May it please the court. My name is Seth Harlan, and not so long ago, I stood where you have stood today. And what a day it is. You are here being admitted to the Supreme Court role as the final step of a long and arduous journey. You should feel immensely proud of what you've achieved thus far. When I embarked on my career as a solicitor, I had no real idea of what to expect. It was not always easy, it was often overwhelming, and it still sometimes is. But as I stand here today, after 3 years of working in this profession and 3 weeks as a solicitor, I can tell you I have already learnt a thing or two. One of the most important things I have learned is the importance of belonging to a profession. The legal profession is an increasingly large and diverse community, and one to which you now belong. The Law Society of New South Wales is home of that community, and with our 30,000 members flung far and wide across the state, we are bound by our shared duties, our commitment to continuous learning, our desire to connect, and our drive to give back to our communities and uphold the rule of law. As an early career lawyer, belonging to a strong network of peers is crucial, and that's why I've been a part of the Law Society's New South Wales Young Lawyers for the last 6 years. Here I have found friendship, I found inspiration, guidance, support when I needed it most, as well as opportunities to advocate and join committees, as well as to speak here at the Supreme Court. By joining the Law Society and New South Wales Young Lawyers, you'll gain access to professional support, conferences, events, a wide range of publications, professional development opportunities, mentoring, volunteer opportunities, and so much more. It is the role of the Law Society to ensure that you, as a newly minted solicitor, can thrive and succeed in your new profession. So again, congratulations to you all. Look us up or speak to your employer, and we look forward to welcoming you to the Law Society.
Well, can I say this to you all in closing? The law is a wonderful profession. It's stimulating, it's challenging, and satisfying, and it's populated by intelligent, committed, and dynamic people such as yourselves. You should be proud to be a lawyer, of your achievements to date, and of the profession you have just joined. It is a very important profession that underpins stability and cohesion in our community. You are now a very important part of that very important profession. So work hard, take pride in your work, look out for your colleagues, contribute to your community, and don't take yourself too seriously. We wish you all the very best of luck on the exciting journey that lies ahead and a full and rewarding career. So on behalf of Justice Lonergan, Justice Dangy, and indeed all of our colleagues on the Supreme Court of New South Wales, I once again congratulate you all on your admission and welcome you to the legal profession. The court will now adjourn.
All stand. This honourable court is now adjourned.